Hey, I'm Tiffany Michelle.
Hi, I'm Robin Riker.
Hi, I'm Alana Stewart.
Hi, everybody. This is Kyle Lauder here. I'm on the set
of Divanities.
Season 2.
And you're watching Indie Intertube.
Indie Intertube.
Indie Intertube.
Indie Intertube TV.
The internet. It's not something that you just dump something on. It's not a big truck. It's a series of tubes. Surely anyone here has defined what net neutrality is. Tubes. I just the other day got internet was sent by my staff at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday. It's a series of tubes.
Woo. It's a series of tubes.
We should change that, you know.
We should change that?
We should change that opening.
Why? Everybody likes a series of tubes.
Because we need to add one little stamp at the end of that. Because you know what it should say? IAWTV nominated. Indie Intertube.
We need that as like an end credit or something.
I'm proud of it. Why shouldn't we be proud of it? I'm thrilled and honored and proud and stunned, stupid, because, you know, we don't even belong in the same room with some of these guys.
Well, that's true, but it should be like in a promo format. It shouldn't be in our credits. That's weird.
We should do a commercial. We'll let Cricket do the commercial. We'll film a commercial with Cricket. Don't you think that'd be good?
I think that'd be good. She's in seeps right now. She's had a
Cricket's
rough
not feeling well
day.
today. She's had a rough day. She's got a bit of a Chihuahua cold.
She's got sinus problems today.
Yeah, and she's not at all happy with us that we were out all day yesterday.
No, she's a little
But
pissy.
we were shopping for Vegas clothings, and I found the perfect pair of boots. Yes, over this weekend. And I will be tweeting pictures of those boots for the 3 or 4 of you who have asked.
Those are some hot boots. I'm upset because the boots I was going to wear don't fit anymore. I have more muscles in my calves. But yeah, so I'm not a skinny bitch.
Yeah, but your outfit that you're wearing on the red carpet is hot.
I'm not a skinny bitch anymore,
hotness.
so they don't fit.
It's hotness.
It's hotness?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
it has no pants right now.
We
of course
totally
it's
got to
hotness.
talk to the dog because we'll be covering the red carpet, but then I'm totally taking the opportunity to walk the red carpet as a nominee, which means we will have to hand off kind of like a football to Venice Riley so that she could cover the red carpet like when we're walking it as nominees.
Are you just telling her right now?
I guess. Is she in the chat room?
Yeah, she's in the room.
Awesome. So yeah. So she knows there's going to be a football-like pass. We got to do something about this.
It'll be a Hail Mary.
This production values have gone up, but not quite far enough. She'll be getting the Riley, take it away, because we got to walk the red carpet.
What are you doing?
I don't know. It's goofy.
Leave it alone.
Hey, the IAWTV Award nominees came out this week, and we were among them. We are proud to say that we were nominated in 2 categories for IAWTV Awards, and we couldn't be more honored and more humbled. The rest of the nominees, the very deserving web series nominees, you can find on the IAWTV Awards website, as well as on indieintertube.tv and numerous other websites around the tubes. And we are going to be showing the mashup video that the IAWTV put up later in today's show.
Yeah. Today's show's going to be a little different because we're doing mostly review. We're doing our Wednesday show in 1 hour podcast.
If you listen to the podcast
in 1 hour.
on Tuesday, it was there was a lot of news, breaking news. There was a lot of excitement because the award nominations had just come out that morning. We announced that we were in pre-production for a new show.
Right.
Which will be a short, once-a-month show for the SFN Entertainment Network, the St. John Fisher Entertainment Network, called Hot and Streaming with Indie Intertube. We announced that our live Indie Intertube Awards would be in February, right here on Mingle Media TV. And we are currently working on our nominees for that. and expanding our categories.
We'll actually be doing that while we're working in Vegas.
We will, actually.
On top of, not only that, but we got nominated not once, but twice. So, yay, us. I'm
Thanks
not
to
sure.
Mingle Media.
Thank you.
And you know what? If it would not have been for Stephanie and JD and Mingle Media TV, there wouldn't have been a show to submit, much less to nominate.
Right.
We wouldn't be sitting right here. And had it not been for Stephanie's encouragement that it was time for us to step out from behind the microphones and in front of the camera, we probably never would have done it.
True.
A lot of people said we should do it, but it was Stephanie's encouragement and advice that got us to actually do it. So, thank you to Mingle Media TV.
But then not only that, we found out Beth Ellers called into our show.
Beth Ellers called into the show on Wednesday to announce that even as we were
announcing
spreading out from the Blog Talk family and the Mingle Media family to the SFN TV family, that indeed River Ridge was joining exclusively the SFN TV family. And River Ridge is going to premiere on January 13th on sfntv.com.
Yeah.
River Ridge, created by Tyler Ford and Signe Coleman, starring Signe Coleman, Julie Pinson, Beth Ellers, and numerous other substars. Going to be pretty damn amazing. And we might even have some interesting breaking news either this Wednesday or next Wednesday. We're not quite sure. So there's going to be some interesting stuff happening, some interesting announcements made. But because of all of that happening on Wednesday, and we had Stuart St. John and Todd Fisher on the show.
Yeah.
And we really want to have them on again because you talk about some guys who were there at the birth of the web series Space. They were.
We need to have them on the same day that we have Chase Masterson.
Have Chase Masterson on because she was on Eon 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were there at the birth of the web series Space with the Spot and American Cybercast. But because of that, we didn't get to do our reviews for the week. And we didn't get to pick our drama and comedy of the week. In fact, we didn't even get to watch a lot of content. So we have done that, and we've watched a bunch of stuff, and boy, do we have opinions.
Yeah.
And we have a mashup video and one trailer to show you. So we're going to try and get through this hour.
And I love how it's nowhere near October, and you picked the horror trailer that you picked to show. I'm like, why?
The show just started. What?
I know it just started, but it's like we should be finding shows that start at Christmas or something. I don't know. It's Christmas is in 7 days.
We couldn't do anything better than SNL did last night.
That was true.
Seriously, Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, Amy Poehler, and Tina Fey in the joke off yo.
Rachel
Doesn't get any
Dratch,
better than
Horatio Sands, Tracy Morgan, and Kristen Wiig. Kristen Wiig. Love
Yeah,
that.
and I'm not sure. I agree with Riley. I'm not sure how we're going to watch Divanity's premiere on the 12th when we'll be at the awards.
Oh, we'll watch it.
My phone.
We will watch it. Are you kidding? Michael's going to send it to us the day before. That's how I'm going to get it. Why are you showing off your damn phone?
I'll be watching it on here.
Ooh. Speaking of new stuff. I'm hiding. Speaking of new stuff.
Yeah, I know. I forgot to put paper around the label.
It's okay. Tell them, should just show the nutritional information. Tell them about what your early sort of yearly gift of
What?
tech. Your early tech
Well,
gift.
our Christmas present from our show's benefactor.
You got an early birthday present.
We call her the Big Dragon.
Yes.
She's the third member of our family, and she is the silent partner of Indie Intertube at this point. For now.
Yeah, so our Christmas present from the Big Dragon
sending us
is
to
Vegas.
And we did make our travel arrangements.
Which, you know what? I have a little bitch with that because just because we're on the island of misfit Canadians does not mean that we don't want to get off the island sometimes. So the sheer fact that you have to buy a package to get off the island so that you're not spending $3,000 to go maybe 800 miles.
I know, and we couldn't stay where we wanted to stay.
I know,
But we did get a hotel on the Strip, and only Harrah's is between us and the Venetian, which is good.
I know.
I've never been to Vegas. Amanda has. This should be an interesting trip.
We found.
But we'll be working the whole time. It's not like,
Yeah, well, I know, and I just thought it was funny because we were scrounging through because we donate at Christmas. That's one of our gifts that we give. I think we just donated like 10 bags of clothes.
We donated 10 bags of
To the
clothes
mustard
yesterday, and we will probably be doing that
Again.
daily for the next few days.
Yeah, so that's kind of our one of our
Food.
big give back to
Food and clothes and
toys.
a number of things. Toys.
But we were going
Tech.
through books, and we actually found a Las Vegas for Dummies. And I don't know where or how you came across it, because it's like from '08, so it's a little out of date.
Are we frozen?
Are we?
Not on my
No.
computer.
We're going. We're good.
Dude, if my little Wii Top is not frozen, and this is a first gen Wii Top, because we're tech adopters around here. Yeah.
It could have been. Oh, the screensaver enabled for a half second. That might be why.
Did it?
Yeah. But, so, yeah, we found a Las Vegas for Dummies book. I doubt we will even look at it. Really? Before we go, we'll highlight all this stuff and it'll be like our road trip. We're like, here's the map. Why? I don't need it.
But before we don't want to get
Sorry.
into that. We've only got an hour tonight. This is not a podcast.
No, it's fun. Wait till next week.
One of the things I want to say about the nominees, there's been a lot of talk about the nominees since Wednesday. And I agree with what Liz Shannon Miller said in that I think there's a really good balance between completely and truly indie shows and shows that have backing from either a network or a brand or something like that. I think that we as members did a good job in nominating these shows. But yes, there are shows that were deserving who did not get nominated.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you're talking about the big categories of drama and comedy, actor and actress.
Right. And we've mentioned that. We said that even...
But here's why. Here's what it is. Just because a show, like Out with Dad, did not get nominated, or Divanity,
Breaking
to me,
Point, or-
Breaking Point, does not
Second
mean
Love.
that the shows that did get nominated didn't deserve to be nominated.
Right.
It just means that, and here's the conundrum, it was 2 years of eligibility, not one.
I think next year will be very, very
I think
revealing.
next year is going to be even more revealing when it comes time to honor those shows, because it's going to be cut down. And I think a lot of people in the IAWTV, and I'm not speaking for anybody in particular, but I think there might be, at least for me, had my input been asked and I knew then what I know now, I probably would have made a suggestion that perhaps we want to expand that from 5 to 7 nominees, because it is 2 years of considerations, 2 years
Something
of
in the middle. I mean, it doesn't make it any easier, but at least you get more than 5 out of a category for 2 years. You could have even done close to 10, although that would have been a cluster.
10 would have been too much, but 7 might have, 2 years of eligibility is tough.
Right. And
really tough.
We said it. I mean, the comedy category alone, 100, what was it, like 137 or 160
Well, I know, and it's like
down
Cell,
to
a
5?
show like Cell, which is magnificent, it's been a year.
But
a show like Receiver that just finished, or a show like Divanity that's about to premiere again, it's very difficult for some people to even remember, and if you didn't take the time to watch, although I think everybody pretty much did, it's just really, really tough. And
Okay.
Blood and Bone China is in there. I really hope you guys submit next year. I was really sad to not see that you had submitted.
But I also understand for some of these shows it was too much money.
Yuri's in there too.
Hey.
I saw Yuri in the chat room.
I know it.
Part of one of the toughest voting categories.
I know, but see, that was the other thing. When we were voting, we were shouting at each other and be like, "What category are you on?" And it's like, okay, to have like a general consensus and talk about it and really go through and rewatch and go, okay, so we've got it narrowed down to 3, and these 2 are out, and so now let's take those 3, and and we have to do it all over again. Luckily, it's just for 1 year. But
Yuri, you may not lose to the guild. Stop it.
Stop. But the other thing that you have to think of too is the lack, and we've said it before, the lack of differentiation in the categories.
So you know what's funny is Yuri's saying he can't wait to lose to the guild. That's like, I've been walking around saying I can't wait to lose to Mike Rotman. I can't wait to lose to one of Mike Rotman's shows.
Yeah.
Because we all know it's going to happen. We're up against Kevin Pollak, Kurt Smith,
You think it's my ramen?
and Shira Lazar. We're not winning shit.
You think it's gonna be Robin? I thought it was gonna be like Lazar.
I don't know. It's going to be anybody but us. Let's put it that way.
Because I'm like,
But you know what? And yet, I still have not felt compelled to shill for the show.
no,
Because I just don't.
and I don't.
I just don't feel that
And I don't understand
don't want to do that.
how some people are already kind of tearing other people down. You know, and sort of be like, really? You're basically telling others to shove it because they got a nomination? What's your problem?
But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that every single nominee in every single category, save for maybe one or two that I would snatch out of there for personal reasons alone,
Right.
and only,
Right.
deserve their nomination. And I think that everybody involved in the process up to this point has done a stellar job. And I can only hope the show is as good as the submission and nomination process and voting process has been.
I honestly cannot wait because I swear we're going to be the two loudest bitches there.
We are going to scream for every single show. It's going to be great.
We're going to be like anybody who can only go with themselves. If you can't bring your significant other, or you wanted to bring your mom and you can't, or whatever,
You know what was
we will
really
be your
hilarious?
mom.
What
you
was
know,
really
we will
hilarious
be.
is that I screamed like a little girl. Was it today or last night when we were out? And I found out David Van Eysen from Receiver was going to be at the awards
Yesterday.
in Vegas.
You were at Best
screamed
Buy.
like a Nelly little girl in the Best Buy.
In the Best Buy, it's, you know, it's kind of, there's the low hum of people murmuring and kind of looking around, the TV's going off, and suddenly you're, ah! We're like, what?
Because I was
'Cause
so
we
excited
ran from
that
across
David was
the
gonna
other
be
the
there.
other side. And he's
And
like,
I did the
"Yay!"
same thing Wednesday night when we were out celebrating, when Steve Silverman said that
Stacy's going.
that Stacy was going. And I did the same thing Friday night when we were out having drinks late, and Kevin McCarthy said he was going.
Yes. And I kid you not, so if anybody hears the insanity of two female voices somewhere in the midst of God only knows where, because you need to look at the floor plan of the room, y'all. It's huge. But that's us. If we may stand up for everybody. For all that,
Yeah.
we'll just start standing up.
And just so you all know, Cricket won't be with us, but she will be there in spirit. It'll kind of be a flat Cricket.
Yeah, so we'll take, everybody can hop over on the Indie Intertube booth.
Do you have the mashup loaded? Can we just go ahead and show the mashup?
Yeah, even though
hold on.
there's
This
some
is the
missing.
mashup that the IAWTV put up on their thing right after the nominations came out. Conspicuously, some of their biggest nominees are not in it. I find that odd.
It's
I hope they do
weird.
another one. I wish we would have submitted something with a little bit better quality since we upped it right after submitting.
Well, that was the problem. It was the
But
submission
needless
time.
to say, it's really, really good. And look for your favorite web series in this mashup. Check it out.
This one goes out to all our internet heroes, people who deserve some recognition, the people who made the net what it is today.
No, for the zombies, you retard!
How to use a tampon, because I'm gonna go there today.
Why do people make this? I want to see the amount of dislikes on the video so that I can join all those wonderful people.
Hide your kids, hide your wives, because George Clooney is putting it in everything up in here.
I think that's a really awesome video. I
Yeah.
do. I think it is. I mean, I'm honored.
I don't like the footage they used.
I don't like the footage they're used, but I'm thrilled that it got a little snippet in there of Breaking Point, because that
Yeah.
was one of my favorite episodes that we've done.
If you watch really, really closely for a split second before they switch to the next show from our show, you catch where we went into a clip of Breaking Point.
Right.
So you see Karen and like the whole cast.
And Blood and Bone China, people submitted, and then all of the shows that submitted were put up for submission for voting by the membership. And we went in and voted yes or no to the ones we thought actually belonged in that category, and they deduced from those what the top 5 were in each category, and there were some ties in some categories, and we voted for 5, the tie that was in those, and now we have some of us voted already in the final round, and that was tough. God, can you give me an aneurysm?
But how crazy is it when you watch that and you're going through and you're like, okay. All you know, like I know these are web people on the internet. Oh, there's Jerry Ryan. Look at that. Hey, cool.
I know.
Oh crap, there's us. What? Why are we in this video?
I know.
What?
No, Seth, I don't think Crystal is a member of the IAWTV, but you did not need to be a member to submit.
Right.
I believe Emma Caulfield was not a member at the time she submitted.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's the next thing you're watching. You're like, oh look, there's Tracy Toms and Yvette, and oh, there's Emma, and hey, there's us. What the? Why are we in this video with all these cool people?
I'm not sure why Venice didn't submit. I mean, for me, these are the equivalent of an Emmy.
Yeah, the way that
and
their structure kind of is.
Since we don't work in traditional television, network television, cable television, you know, this is our Emmy, this is our Oscar, this is our Golden Globe.
Right.
For people who work in this space, this is as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Because most of us aren't going to have the opportunity to be up for a special class Emmy, and I don't think we're a special class. I think we're a genre and a space.
Right,
unto
we're our
ourselves.
own entity. Not only that, but not all of these shows can necessarily qualify for a Webby or a Tubi or any
I
other
agree.
awards that are out there.
Tanya Ina just said no VZW, no Cupid and Arrow, no Best Friend.
Yeah.
Not only that, no Pretty, no 8 and 5.
No 8 and 5, no Pretty. You got Receiver for a split second, and that was the guy flipping off the car, so you hardly figured out what it was. And
No Anyone But Me.
No Anyone But Me. No, I mean, there were a lot of shows that were missing from that matchup.
Some of their biggest nominees. No Guild. Did you see the Guild in there? Were they in there?
No Guild, but Dragon Age is in there. So you
Dragon
see
Age is
Felicia
in
in Dragon Age, but you don't see the Guild. It's weird, but, you know.
Hey, and we get to present.
Yeah, that was the other thing that we announced on Wednesday.
We get to present at the awards. We will also be covering the red carpet. We'll be doing some interviews while we're there. So if you guys want to get on the Sunday show, please.
Did Jenny say that we could tell them what we're presenting? Because I think it's hilarious. No.
She said we could share anything we wanted.
Okay, well tell them the one that we find funny. I think it's episode 15, which we don't have up yet because our internet's been dropping on and off, and it stopped the upload.
Okay, one of the things will be, and if we're not supposed to say this, I guess I'll get an email, but whatever.
We'll find out in a minute.
Best supplemental content.
Yeah.
Is one of the awards we get to
So
present.
if you caught one of our shows, I think it was like 2 weeks ago on the Sunday, about us talking about the supplemental content and people who actually
And
submitted
our thoughts.
and thoughts of the whole of that, I find it ironic that we are presenting that award. But at the same time, I love that the organization actually looked at what supplemental content was.
Yes.
And nominated everybody that had appropriate supplemental content.
And that is a really good kind of a lead-in to some of the shows we're talking about today.
Yes. Because
at least 2 of these shows have outstanding, or at least some supplemental content.
Yeah.
Okay?
I make no promises. We won't even know what's in the envelope, but I can guarantee you this. In some way,
There's
shape,
nobody
or
in that
form,
category we wouldn't be happy about being up there, but I will tackle Tanya.
It'll be a party on the stage, and you'll all know by some little inside joke that has to do with your show that we know of. Because if it's VCW, you know it's gonna be something like, it's our favorite vampire zombie werewolf afflicted bitches.
And Joe Bozarth and Avi.
Right, it's our favorite goddesses from it'll just Patrick Stewart's cousin Receiver. It's just
all shows that have good supplemental content.
Yeah.
The Balthazane, the Evenings with Arrows, Receiver is a whole transmedia experience.
I know.
Cliff Notes has good supplemental
content. It does, and it's great. Yeah, so the favorite book I loved to read in high school.
So is it kind of weird to see Yuri there? Because that was one of your favorite comedies of the year, right?
I know! I'm like, yay! More people.
I know she sees Yuri, she's like, leap here. You loved that show.
I did. It was great.
That was one of your favorites.
It's fantastic. I'm excited for everybody. I kid you not. We will be like 2 giddy little children in the middle of this auditorium, everybody dressed to the nines.
Seriously, this is our Emmys. We couldn't be more excited if we were walking the red carpet at the Emmys, because all of our favorite, you guys are coming. You're going to be there. We get to see you.
I will be there to hold your purses and your bags so that nobody steals them if you go up to get your award.
Yeah, because we won't be going up on the stage,
so
we can hold everybody's stuff.
He'll give you a number.
I know, see, and it's funny, and I know that everybody that's in the chat room, it's like Yuri right now, to know that somebody on a show that you're watching is fangirling over you.
Yeah.
Because they loved what you did. Because it's like that when you see Yuri. It's like that when I see Yuri or Tanya or Joe Bozarth or anybody pop around. It's like,
and I can never remember. I'm so bad. I either remember your name or I remember your character. And Bryn from Leap Year makes me squee because the episode where she played opposite herself versus herself in full goth version and in full self version, then it's awesome.
Well, and not only that, but it's like every time I talk to Emma Caulfield,
I'm
like,
what?
Just for a split second, I'm like, how is this possible?
That's the one I'm so upset about that.
That she's not going to be there.
She can't because they have plans, and I understand it. It was short
notice.
But
Stacey McQueen is going to be there.
McQueen Dumb is coming to town. So
okay, let's get to the reviews.
We'll stop fangirling.
Speaking of series who didn't submit, we're going to talk about Venice episode 4.
Okay.
Now, Venice has they do have supplemental content.
Mm-hmm.
Their first behind the scenes episode is up on YouTube. Their first behind the scenes of season 3. It is Crystal Chappelle's show for those of you who are not familiar. It is a subscription only series. However, on the weekends, I believe you can see season 1 and season 2 for free right now while season 3 is airing. All the behind the scenes are up on their YouTube channel usually, as well as any of their additional supplemental content. Let's see what else. This is episode 4 of season 3, and I know you all know that we thought the show has had some problems in the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Not in the way that it looks or production quality or values. The show looks beautiful.
Mostly has to do with writing, dialogue, cliches.
Right. The writing is certainly better this season.
It has improved, but I will say something that's sort of...
Out of the 4, there's been one truly solid episode so far.
Yes, but it's the same thing, and I find it funny because it's ironic. The continuity. It's never gelled from episode 1 to now.
Venice has had a
from
continuity
all seasons.
All 3 seasons.
Their lack of continuity is a continuity. So that's my biggest issue, is that you'll have a scene and then you'll have a jump and same characters in a different scene, different day, different week. Nobody knows. They're just wearing different clothes.
Episode 2 was solid, though. Riley's got that right. Episode 2 was a very solid season.
Episode.
I have to, and Riley and I were talking about this, that episode 2 is the beginning of the season for us, because episode 1 just couldn't be.
That was just weird.
That was weird
That's the
and
freebie.
out of place, and that
it's
was
like
the freebie. And okay.
It's like the promo to
episode 2 was good. Episode 3 was boring.
Yeah. It was just kind of
But at least some stuff happened. I loved the scene with Nadia.
Yeah.
Lara.
There was, forward
I have to
progression
say something.
and then minute.
The writers and whoever it's been for seasons 1 and season 2 and whoever's writing for season 3, I'm not going to name any names, but they have given Nadia Bjorlund better material than she ever gets on Days.
And they told her to take the makeup off.
And taking a lot of that makeup off makes Nadia look better, and you can really see how talented she is. And I'm appreciative of that. Because Nadia has done better work on Venice than she's done on Days.
Yes.
And I think that's because she's given better material and a little bit more freedom. There were a couple of things about episode 4 that I liked and a few things that I didn't. Let me tell you what I liked. The show looks really, really good. Once again, the couple that I have come to root for, Laura and Annie, gave us the best scene of the episode.
Scenes. And
their chemistry is so natural
not
together.
only that, but they're the story that when you wade through all of it, you want to watch. It's like you want someone to take apart the episodes, like people did with Guiding Light and do with other soaps for their couples, and just show in progression what's happening. So that you don't have to wade through everything else if you don't want to. Because that's one of the more solid points of Venice. Yeah,
Laura and Annie are good together. They gave us the best scene of the episode. Eric Marstoff is gorgeous.
He is.
He's a pretty, pretty man. I've liked him in every web series that he's done, especially my favorite, which was Stax. I think he did a really good job in Stax. If you haven't seen Eric in Stax, you should go find that web series.
His recast is not as obscure and awkward to sort of rotate through your head.
Okay, she's got a beef. The scene with New Sammy, and I know that's what you guys are all calling her. I have no idea who the actress is. New Sammy.
No! Who throws themselves down on a bed that is over the age of 12 and has a tantrum?
That was a horrible scene. Please don't ever, ever, ever do that with her again.
After trying to show us how strong of a character she was by not going back to him and not putting up with his bullshit and not pining over him, and suddenly we see her with the way too skinny, what is her name? I totally spaced it.
Adrienne Wilkinson.
Adrienne, yes. I was going to say Andrea, but it's the Adrienne Wilkinson. Way too skinny, and just sees her walking out, and then suddenly has, like, crazy psycho bitch meltdown.
I know.
And turn into a 12-year-old. It was so
disconcerting. And that
disconcerting.
whole pacing, and then imitate the throw again. Imitate her.
Just why? Can't do it ever.
Terrible.
Why?
Don't ever do that again.
Oh my god.
But I mean, overall, I didn't really have a big bitch with this particular episode. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't entirely solid. But it wasn't bad. I've seen a hell of a lot worse from Venice and from other web series.
Right, and the only other like major moment I remember was Hillary B. Smith at the end, going, "Oh my!"
Yeah, but that was awesome.
That was
Hillary B. Smith
fantastic.
rocks my socks all the time, whether it be on One Life, whether it be on As the World Turns, and whether it be just for those of you Venice fans who are here watching this. For those of you who do not know, Hillary B. Smith is nominated for an IAWTV award as Best Actress in a Comedy for Fumbling Through the Pieces. It is an entirely deserved nomination, and she rocks my socks. I love her.
But not only that, there was, about the episode and its story plots in general, the whole scene between Michelle and Crystal.
Gina,
yes. That whole mess of a thing. They could have gone, the way I would have gone with it was
I would have, see, that whole thing is not a drama of conflict for me, because if I was Gina, I would have just said, cool.
All right, then, here's what we're going to do.
It's your design, but it's my firm. And I would have just said, she did the designs, I oversaw everything, I signed off on everything she did, let's get to work. It wouldn't be a conflict. I don't get why that's a conflict.
And I don't know
just me.
why
Hello,
we're
Michael Caruso.
making it a conflict, because it seems very asinine. It's like you're having a playground fight. When I watch that, it suddenly brings the characters down in the professionalism
I don't
level
think
that
they
should
need
be.
small pieces of minutia like that when they have ample ground for drama on Venice already, and they proved that in episode 2.
Yes.
I did
Except
have
for the continuity
there
of
were
day and night.
there were 2 things though that took me almost entirely out of this episode. One was the use of the word hoe by the female officer.
Oh, that was so
That was so awkward.
Because, and that may be just a personal thing, because we watch procedurals, real life procedurals, and we watch A&E a lot, and along with CSI and Criminal Minds and shows of that nature, along with the fact that My dad's a retired police officer. If one of his officers, swear to goodness, referred
Why'd
to
they
that
repaint
hose,
the hose?
why'd they repaint the hose?
I can't even do it. And
His
it's just,
partner, like a partner, would be slapped silly for that.
why did they repaint the hose? I'm like, what? What?
Did
To
she
the
just
point
call
where
her a
I
hoe?
actually had to remove myself from the scene, pause the show, and go, what? It was awkward. And the only other thing that bugged me, and I swear it's just awkwardly written pieces, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
And the other one was the product placement. I felt was awkwardly written. You know, to go, here's this drink, and oh, that's really good. Oh yes, Tequila Revolucion makes it good every time. It's like, that is the weirdest.
Wow, that was a nice lead-in.
It wasn't
just show it and
comfortable.
hold it. That's
wasn't,
like that's
hey,
how,
hey, we
no,
didn't know
I didn't
labels on
show
that.
nothing, but it was like, look at the sponsor, yay! It was
It's a white can. You can't tell what
it
it
was
is.
very weird, but it wow.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think the episode was filler.
Yeah, it felt like filler. Like here's sort of a and what did you say? You said to me that they were 6 episodes in
We're 4 episodes in.
to a 6-episode arc or 8-episode arc.
I don't know how many. I think 13.
Oh, is it 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
My own. You know, here's the thing, and I don't know.
You're almost halfway through your season and nothing has happened.
Nothing has happened yet. Riley nailed that when she's like, nothing happened.
Nothing has happened. Same
But
thing as last
Here's
season.
the. You know, they've made, and maybe this was intentional, and if it is, kudos to the writers.
Yeah.
But Gina's almost an entirely unrootable character right now.
Oh, she's a bitch. And you want
I'm
nothing
like,
more
really?
than to slap her
oh my
in the
god,
face.
you want her to wake up, and at the same time, you want her to stop it.
Yeah.
And
Grow
just
the
like,
fuck
why
up.
are you even pissed at Michelle? What is your deal? You know, I don't even know.
And the other thing was that Peter Reckle coming in last week's episode when he came through and was staying with her dad for a minute. And you're like, dude, you just got into town like last finale. What? Your
I don't even want to
character
get started on
continuity
that
is
whole
weird.
why
No.
she hasn't told him she's gay.
But I was
really,
gonna say,
no.
Jordan Clark, Dot Jones, fantastic.
Hillary
every
B.
time.
Smith.
Hillary B. Smith.
Liz Kiefer.
Liz Kiefer. Them two together is fantastic.
Jessica Lucia looks
Jessica and
is
Nadia,
fantastic.
perfect. Michelle's doing a great job. They're all doing a great job.
And
but
I
there's
will
just
say
some
the show
weird
looks
choices.
fantastic.
Yeah, there's just
It
some,
really does.
Harrison White's doing great. There's just some awkward
We've
issues.
got a lot of dramas to get through this week, so let's do it.
And we got 20 minutes.
I don't know, Seth. Maybe they have picked up that we all like Laura.
I love
But
you,
seriously,
Riley.
Riley, don't you just want to tell Gina, just stop it? Because really.
Namaste, bitch.
Yeah.
That's-
Take a breath. Damn it.
But yeah.
Yeah. I just don't want to see new Sammy anymore.
Oh
at
my
all.
god. That was awkward.
But moving on, because we have more dramas to talk about.
Yes.
Anacostia. You know when you know that you have a good soap? And let me just say that we are separating it, just like we did last year with the Indie Intertube Awards. For this Indie Intertube Awards, we will once again be separating soap operas out of the drama category.
Yes.
Because we believe that there's a difference between drama and melodrama. And the best thing that I can say about a soap is when you're watching it, you know you're invested when you're yelling back at the TV. Not when you can get pulled out of it, but when you're yelling back at the TV and nothing can pull you out of it.
Right. And you're almost expecting a response. Like you are expecting that character to go, shut up, bitch.
Like,
Let me
I'm
deal
not
with this."
noticing, when I don't notice sound, and I don't notice
I know, I had to
what's
watch
going
it
on in the
3
room
or 4
around
times.
me, and I can't even, fathom
Where we're-
pausing it.
Where we're sitting there like this.
Yeah. Anacostia this week was amazing. For one, I love their music.
Yeah.
Because I've got my notes here. And this is funny. I don't have any technical notes about the show.
No, that's me.
All my notes about
that's my
Anacostia
job
this
being
week
the ass.
are.
That's where I come in.
Bye, Yuri.
Bye. Thank you for coming. Come see us next Sunday.
All of my comments about Anacostia are literally from watching the show. I've got Desiree is such a bitch.
Did you not get the memo?
Sean needs to not keep saying he has no feelings for Andrew.
Yeah.
Because Julian's gonna find out.
You need to own it. I mean,
You
if you
gotta
have
own
them, you
that
gotta
shit.
own them. Because if you own them, you can get past them.
And I know Turbo's in the chat room. I want to say, dude, Martha Byrne is rocking that hat in this episode.
My God.
Did you see the hat that she had on?
And it's all, I bet you it's hers.
You know it is.
And you know them boots are on. You're just like,
she inspired me to buy the boots I bought over the
I
weekend to
know.
win the awards. There were 2 times in this episode that I believe we had fantastic lines. One of them was one that you repeated for a half an hour after we were done watching it, which was, let me find it.
Which one?
Let's just be quiet.
Oh my God, that was let's
be quiet.
Let's just be quiet for a minute.
And the other one is create a petition for that. When she slapped her, the girl's like, I've created a petition.
Oh, but I love
Boom. Create a petition for that.
Coins for Jesus.
Oh, that was all about Alexa. I'm telling you, Martha Burns' character, Alexis Jordan.
Oh
y'all,
my
she's
God.
stirring the pot. And Dominique is fucking with the wrong person
Dominique's
right now.
gonna die. Dominique is gonna get like she's gonna get the Tracy Thoms treatment from freaking Death Proof, where they knock somebody down to the ground and Tracy Thoms pulls up her freaking leg and goes bah right down on
Tracy
top.
Thoms.
Yeah, she was in Death Proof. Was it?
Was
no,
she?
yes.
No.
Yes, it was Tracy Thoms.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it's Tracy Thoms. She's the one driving the car, and it was Zoe
Oh,
Bell.
was she? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Zoe Bell after her, and they beat them all up, and yeah.
Whores of your caliber are hard to
Hard to
find.
find.
That's right, Riley.
Pennies for Jesus.
Pennies for Jesus.
But yeah, she's seriously like gonna pick up that stiletto heel and just put it through Dominique's head. I swear.
Dominique thinks that she is head bitch, but no.
No. You have not seen the likes of Alexis when she's pissed.
But you notice
That Billy Club beating was just icing on the cake, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, you know.
That was just fun and games. That wasn't,
I absolutely think that Anacostia is hitting their stride in their 3rd season. It is really good. And I have stopped noticing because they still have some sound issues to deal with, but I've stopped noticing that hardly at all because the storyline is just delicious.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. It is soapy. It is melodramatic. It's awesome.
And how crazy is it when you see the whole petition scene?
I like Mia too, and I felt really bad for her at the end. I was like, oh, Mia.
When
it went off, I'm like, oh.
No. But you see the petition scene, and you're going, how many people have done that? How many
Create
people
a petition for that.
How many people are doing that in Florida right now? For Miss Anthony. But anyway.
Create a petition for that.
You got nothing better to do?
I think, Anthony Anderson, I love his character.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm liking Alexis Jordan this season, and she's fun. And Dominique's always been wicked fun.
I know. And so
Desiree's just a bitch this season.
I want all of them to come together in like a death match. It's gonna be like Anacostia Celebrity Death Match. Brought to you by MTV and Coca-Cola.
We saw the newest ep on Rob on their YouTube channel, actually.
Yeah, but you
1,
have
2, and 3 are all on their YouTube channel.
You have to go to their actual Anacostia the series page, the channel page, and the newest episode will be up.
Yeah.
Because we tried to look for it on episode 3 and it didn't populate.
Yeah, but it is really good. The other new drama that we want to talk about is Night Terrors, and they only have one. They do need to update their website, Rob. That is one thing Anacostia has got to get somebody to do. If they can't do it, they need to get somebody to do it.
Or they need to just have it redirect to their YouTube channel.
Or embed your YouTube channel on there. Night Terrors is a new horror web series. Oh. We are going to show you the trailer, and then I will talk about the first episode, which is called The Keeper.
Okay.
So go ahead. This is the trailer for the new show, very Tales from the Crypt-like.
But
Night Terrors.
There is a warning for some people who don't do well with a little bit of gore or blood and really scary like doll faces.
Yeah, this one has
not for
literally this trailer has the most frightening mask I've ever seen, and I say that as a horror fan.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
I was wondering if you might offer a weary traveler shelter from the rain.
Hate to break this to you, old man, but you picked the wrong night.
You have nothing to fear from me.
Is that dead?
Who are you?
How is he? How's my boy?
If you consider everything he's been through, not to mention what he saw that night, I think he's progressing quite well.
Wake up. I hope you're smart enough to figure this out.
What do you want from me?
I want you to die. Here I come. To kill you.
Yeah, you're
See?
horrible. You
That
are
mask is
absolutely
frightening.
freaking horrible.
Now the mask is going to be
Right?
Destiny's not gonna be able to sleep. Now that mask is gonna be in episode 2, which is coming out around Christmas. Episode 1 is called The Keeper. I watched it today. That mask just freaks me right the hell out. It's thrilling. I love it. The story in The Keeper is solid, and the acting is absolutely solid.
It's the special effects.
Because I love Tales from the Crypt, and I loved From Dusk Till Dawn. It has elements of both in it.
Mm-hmm. Tales from the Dark Side,
I absolutely loved The Keeper until
you saw the mishaps.
I saw the special effects and the gore. Sometimes less is more in horror. And I thought this show was very, very effective until the gore went further than it needed to.
Yeah.
Sometimes the barest hint of a movement and the sound of a breaking bone
is much better than actually
or the sound
seeing...
of splitting flesh is much better than seeing, especially in indie productions, attempt at full on-screen gore.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't get it right, it will take the audience out. So for this, I would say sometimes less is more when it comes to gore, and I don't need to see everything to be scared, because if you took the gore out of it,
yeah,
it was extremely effective.
And that's what Michael said. If you don't have the budget for it, or it's like you're gonna attempt it, and you haven't before on film, and maybe you have on stage, and that's a completely different.
Because what people need to realize is that the color of blood, the consistency of body parts and the innards, all of that stuff can take a horror fan completely out of the story, because all you can think then is that blood is too red.
Right. Especially if, and for me, and I was able to watch it, that's how bad. It's especially if you eviscerate somebody, you can be eviscerated. You can be split from the left side of your body to the right side of your body, and it'll open, and your intestines will fall out, and they will fall out whole. You can actually pick them up and hold them and put them back in, and it won't look like water running out. Even if your intestines are rended at one point or another, you can still pick them up, hold them, and duct tape yourself together.
But it really does come down to, and Tanya's got it right. My imagination is better than anything you could possibly show me.
Right.
And like in the one scene where he kills the girl, and for those of you who don't like horror, close off your mute buttons now.
Plug your ears in.
She thinks it's her boyfriend, right?
Yeah.
So he's got her on the table, and the legs are in the air, and the nudity doesn't bother me at all, because she's topless. But you know what he's gonna do.
Well, you saw it in
He's
the
gonna
preview.
grab the legs. He's gonna fold them down
and pop them out
flat, and just pop them right out of the socket and split her and kill her.
Right. He's gonna dislocate them.
For me, it was more frightening to know he was gonna do that, and then his arms go down, and you hear the crack, and she kind of spits up a little bit of blood. That's where it should have ended. I did not need to see a leg pulled off over here and a leg pulled off over here, because then I'm like, well, that's too short to be her leg. The blood's too red.
And
it's
stark
not right.
white bone. Did you catch that? Didn't you get the little stark white bone stump? And I was like, no. And I even cringed at it, and you were like, oh my God. And I looked, and I was like, oh God, that's not even right.
No, it's like the difference between that didn't scare her, but American Horror Story always does.
Yes.
It's less is more.
Right. Because my brain, and the best thing about it is my brain can at least let stuff that I don't see go.
Mm-hmm.
If I never see it, or if you did a poor job on it and I don't watch it, then
But I'm really
I
looking
can't,
forward to seeing Dummy, the second episode.
That will scare my shit.
Yeah. So I would say Night Terrors is definitely, if you are a horror or thriller fan, gore fan, worth watching.
Right, but it had a good premise.
Because the gore thing is just my own. Yeah, the story was good.
Right.
There were even some really great shots. The words on their faces were really good.
It was really good in certain elements, but then the practical special effects were just kind of like,
The last drama that we want to talk about is called Once You Leave, and we've talked about it before. It is an Austin, Texas show. It's being promoted by everybody from Indie Intertube to One More Lesbian to, and they're on YouTube as well.
And I have eviscerated a tauntaun with a lightsaber.
It is a Nathan Locklear show. He directed and wrote this current episode 5. I believe it's the 5th episode of a 12-episode season. It is the best episode they've had.
Mm-hmm.
Without any doubt. I love how much story in this particular episode they are able to tell without any current time dialogue from their main character. Because she never speaks.
Right.
We see a video from her past. We see her flashing slightly to a slightly earlier past. They are able to do a lot without dialogue. And I think some other dramas could learn a lot by that. It is a very emotional episode. I love the pace of the unfolding story in the first 5 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving you a little bit at a time. You can sort of figure it out, but you don't know for sure until they tell you. Their use of Austin's really good because you recognize spots. In that. Their use of
there
the
was
stranger.
One area I was like, I used to live over there.
Their use of the stranger from Walt Whitman.
Yeah, Walt Whitman.
Leaves of Green? Leaves of Grass.
Leaves of Grass. The stranger.
Is really good. It creates also a great shot of her face. I think they are doing a phenomenal job of telling this story, and that is why Once You Leave is our drama of the week. Absolutely. And I agree with Seth. It is definitely a show that isn't what you'd ever see on TV.
No.
Because I think a television audience isn't ready for that kind of drama. And I don't mean because the central character is a lesbian. I don't mean because of any of that. I think it is simply because of the way the story's told.
Right. And it's the intelligence that the story is told from.
It expects a certain level of intelligence from the audience.
You have to be a little deeper person than most other people.
And again, I think Gift of Amber says, where are the lesbians? I think the fact that she is a lesbian and the fact that she was in love with Rachel are almost a supplemental part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
This is about Kayla's journey to finding herself. She thought Rachel was home, and then she realized that she doesn't really know what home is. And I think the journey is what makes this story so compelling. It's really a very compelling web series. I think it would be a compelling television series. I think it would make a compelling movie.
Yeah.
The lead actress is riveting in this role. And episode 5 is, without a doubt, the best episode so far. I think they could have trimmed some of the early episodes to be a little bit shorter. They're all coming in at about 20 minutes. And really, they have outstanding supplemental content because you can read Rachel's blog, you can look at other things, and I would absolutely suggest that you watch the behind-the-scenes footage that they have 4 of those up now, talking about the series. But Once You Leave is our drama of the week.
Woo.
Well, I think it is about lesbians. I don't know if Kayla is a lesbian in real life. We'll have to ask her when we get her and Nate on the show.
Mm-hmm.
But she may very well may be.
She looks very similar.
And she is
to
a co-creator
Tegan and
of the
Sarah,
show.
so-
Yeah.
But yeah, and if when you look at the credits, Nathan wrote it. It's written and directed by, and with input obviously from Kayla. But yeah, so it's written by a guy.
Exactly.
But-
And our comedy of the week is Pretty.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that before we have to say goodbye.
Oh, we can talk about some. We can keep going.
I know.
This is our show.
But we have a chicken roasting downstairs. Too.
Stephanie doesn't mind.
Pretty the series. Oh my god. Oh my shit. Oh my god.
I love this show. I absolutely
That child is
love
not black.
That abnormally grown child
Is not black.
black.
Anthony Anderson from Anacostia.
And Najay.
Najay, his son,
Her boo.
appeared in.
And really, how fantastic!
And how did Steve Silverman not know that they made Brendan Bradley look like a gay Leatherman?
He looks like if Freddie Mercury and the
Leatherman from the Village People had a baby.
Village People had a baby. And I'm not talking about Leatherman the Tool. I'm talking about the actual Village person.
The fact that you know that a Leatherman is a tool and that you have one means you're a lesbian.
Dude.
Yeah.
So, card carrying. But no, and
that's why we will never be on TV. Because we are lesbians as well as aficionados of the web series space, even though we don't make an issue of us being lesbians.
Till right
But
now.
anyway, carrying on.
That was weird.
Pretty the
Okay.
series.
But yeah, so for Steve, for you not to notice that Brendan Bradley looked like Freddie Mercury's love child with the Village People, I commend you because that
I
was
love Kirsten Vangsness
exactly
as Meredith. Hug me now, but on top of my clothes,
on top
is
of
God
my clothing.
intended.
This is God intended. You're
That
like
giant cross in her hair.
well, not only that, but I love Dee. Dee is stealing this season.
Dee Freeman is having a hell of a season. She really is.
Have you ever seen a black fist?
Yeah. That is not.
Don't make me take off my earrings.
Have you ever seen a black fist? I have a feeling this show is about to take us down the rabbit hole
and for no return
of non-political correctness.
Not only that, but remember, Kensington Parker Kensington is a hoarder.
She's a hoarder. Oh my god! And when we had Steve on the show on Wednesday, we brought up Brendan Bradley, but we did not bring up the fact that I love hoarders. Love that show. And she's a hoarder.
They need to do, like, for supplemental content, you need to have, like, you know, the whole, like, and the TLC or A&E. A&E is the better one. Sort of like hoarder intervention episode with Kensington. And have, like, everyone from Pretty sort of like, we came there to help.
If Steve knew Dr. Zazio from Hoarders, the blonde, I love Dr. Zazio. She's my favorite. I would love to see Dr. Zazio go to Kensington Parker Kensington's house and be like, so do you want to show me your house?
Right, do you want to show me?
When was the last time you got into your kitchen?
It's like a year ago. Not only that, but you need to have Jeannie Francis there.
We've only got 2 days.
You need to have Jeannie Francis there.
Jeannie Francis could totally do the hoarding thing.
As the other psychiatrist, the organizing psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Like, really, I just deal with pageants. They kind of called me in as a secondary consult. I've never seen
Michael,
a hoarder.
you watch Hoarders and you're like, I have to clean.
Yes. Oh my God,
I don't need any of this.
What? No. Yeah, it's crazy.
I think it would be awesome if they included that.
Like
somehow.
if they made a little Pretty Hoarders episode.
God knows Steve may have done it. The brilliant comedy mind that he is. Pretty is nominated for 3 IAWTV awards.
Gumdrops too.
Including Best Writing in a Comedy, Best Directing in a Comedy, and Best Comedy Web Series. It's just more than half. It is having a ridiculous season.
Tanya
and it's
is right.
so much fun.
Watching Hoarders, it makes you want to throw everything away. It makes you want to
yeah.
clean the fridge. It makes you want to go through your closet.
Seriously,
it makes you
when
want
you
to
see
be
a
like,
food hoarder, does it not make you want to clean out your
you're
refrigerator?
like, oh my God. How many times we'll watch Hoarders on Monday and then Tuesday it's
Clean
like
out the
we
refrigerator.
gutted the house. Well, maybe we should bring some of that back. We don't.
I wanted to talk about more comedies this week, but I'm telling you, there's some bad web series comedies on.
Yeah.
It's just, oh no.
Yeah. Some
Some of them are so not good. I want my leap year back.
I know.
I want Squatters back.
I'm waiting for Wilson Cleveland to announce his next show.
I want Squatters back.
What is he doing? What branded show are we gonna see again?
We saw Craig Frank on a Samsung commercial the other day. 2 of them actually.
We saw Maxwell Glick on the Yoplait commercial.
Yes.
And Paula Rhodes on the Pier 1 commercial. And who else? Oh, they showed Taryn O'Neill's L'Oreal hair commercial.
Hey, before we're over, let's talk games.
Oh, we're talking games?
I'm almost done with Infamous.
We've got like...
Yes, it's a PS3 exclusive.
We're 5 over. Okay.
Don't care. Hold on. But I have Infamous too. So I may not get back to Fear. I don't know what's happening. And Alan Wake, oh my shit, comes out soon. And I don't even know when or how many points it's going to cost me. I have a problem. I'm done now.
Are you done? Because you know that's what you're going to be doing after the show. After
No. I have a tech gift downstairs to be opened.
You didn't tell them about your tech gift.
Well, because I want to show. I'll wait till next Sunday.
Yeah, because next Sunday we're probably going to end up doing...
I know, Zan, and you know there's a new one coming. Have you seen the trailer?
I know! But we're going to do...
You have to have played the 2 DLCs so that you can play the new one that's coming.
You good? Next Sunday
I still got to play Fear 1, 2, and 3 and Dead Space 1. I'm almost through with Dead Space.
And then Mass
I'm
Effect.
3/4 of the way through Dead Space, and I'm one mission away from being done with Infamous, so that I can go play Infamous 2 because I got the Hero Collection over the weekend. Yeah.
And I'm gonna get her on Mass Effect, Zan. But anyway, next Sunday we are going to do Christmas toys for those of us who are technologically inclined.
Yes, I saw that Tube Filter did a gift for YouTube and web series aficionados.
Yeah.
I don't want anything on their list.
No.
Although I love the fact that Tube Filter did it.
Yeah, I love that they did it, but I'm looking at it
we're going to do one, and we are going to talk about the Roku, the Boxy, the Google TV, the Apple TV, Samsung Smart TV.
Some techie stuff.
And we're actually going to show you the Boxy box and show you how it works. So, yeah.
Along with other tech fun woo-ha-ness. And that will be our Christmas week episode. And then after that, we are going to showcase nominees of IAWTV.
The actual tech episode may be something that we upload, not something that's live.
Yeah.
Because starting next Sunday, we are going to be talking about, from then until we leave for Vegas, all of the nominees. So if you are a nominee for the IAWTV Awards and you would like... We're going to talk about you regardless.
We're going to talk about you anyway. So
we'd like clips. So if you are an acting nominee or a directing nominee or an editing nominee and you would like us to show specific clips, you need to send them to us.
Yeah.
Static at IndieIntertube.tv. Otherwise, it's going to be what we pick.
Yeah, it'll be what we pick.
And if you're a creator,
based on
please
what
give
you
us
nominated.
permission to use clips from your show. So we'll be contacting all of you this week. Here we go.
So yeah.
Oh, you guys got a tree? I don't even know if we're going to have time to put a tree up. It's 8 days before Christmas.
Yeah. I think...
We're not doing much of a Christmas this year because we're doing Vegas.
I mean, we have a tree. We need to go to Walmart and get the little tinsel tree. The little...
Yeah, because we're doing Vegas. That's our Christmas.
Yeah, and the problem with that is by the time we'd have everything set up and ready to go for Christmas, and then we won't be able to take it down till like March because that's how crazy busy we are. But yeah, Walmart has some of those cute little like mini tinsel trees.
Plus, I have an early Christmas present downstairs.
Yeah.
That I'm going to be using a lot in Vegas, and so are you. Speaking of Vegas, Jenny freaking Powell working her ass off.
Oh my God!
In the room, she just came in the room.
If you have not thanked Jenny Powell for all that she does,
you need to.
You need to send her a can of canned unicorn meat.
You do. Because Jenny Powell busts it like nobody I have ever seen. And see, Jenny, we didn't know if it was okay to tell people what categories we're presenting.
In the room to kick our ass.
So we only told them kind of one, and if that's not okay, you can kick our ass. I think that might be why you're here. I don't know. But anyway. Yeah, we need a wreath, not a tree. We need something to make the house smell like pine needles.
I bought one.
Okay.
It's the evergreen Lysol gel pop thing.
Yeah.
I put it in front of the heater, so when the heater turns on, it smells like warm pine needles. And we have chestnuts.
Chestnuts smell like foot.
Well, we have them, and they've been roasted. But there's holiday stuff. We We don't have a lot here, but there's free holiday stuff around town.
Yeah.
All this week.
Well, and our big thing for the holidays is to donate.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Both food and
We're 10
clothing.
bags up! So, we're going to do another round this week.
And you know what else? Last night, we were at Best Buy, and then we were at Walmart, and then we were at Future Shop, which is owned by Best Buy, but is a separate store here in Canada. And when we left there might have been 20-something laptops in each store, tuned to varying web series, perhaps. I know that there's going to be a lot of people who know Divinity is coming on the 12th. And plenty of references to the IAWTV Awards were left on screens on tablets, phones, and laptops, I would say.
In Future Shop, Walmart, Best Buy.
And the Source.
Oh, yeah, and the Source. We go to them all, and they hate us. They see us coming because they get stuck watching it. And then they usually can't change it. Because you notice when we were at Best Buy, because everybody's Christmas shopping right now. They're like buying all the electronics and taking their kids or their wife or their husband or whatever to get a new phone or a new gadget. And we're, of course, over there educating everybody on what really does what. And showing them what we're looking at, which is our website or any of y'all's shows and, this show now. And they're like, oh, really? Cool. Is that y'all? Yes. And these are our friends. And these are their
You should have
shows.
seen the look on the salesman's face for the first time I actually walked in, and they had Boxy Box hooked up
on display, appropriately labeled.
And the salesman was like farting around with it, and he couldn't make it work. So I waited until he put it down, and I walked over and went bloop 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 bloop. Cold Cast Guild, Legend of Neil, Philip DeFranco.
Oh wait, flip. Oh.
I was watching Philip DeFranco's show on a 50-inch Samsung hooked up to the Boxy Box.
Just so you know, Rob and Tanya, really loud on the Bose surround sound system on a 56-inch television screen. Excellent. So, yeah.
Truth.
Go play with their gadgets.
Auto-tune the news sounds fantastic
if
on JBL
nothing
speakers.
else, go into the smart TVs, the big Samsung or Google TV in the back, turn the volume all the way up and put your show on it. And then just walk away.
We don't have a 50-inch hooked up to our Boxy Box. We have a 42-inch plasma hooked up to our Boxy Box.
This was in the middle of the Best Buy on surround sound. It was awesome. Go do it. It's fun. Go do it. It's fun. Turn all the laptops on everybody's different show. Do one row of comedies and one row of dramas.
I want to see the giant thermometer in Baker.
What?
With Jenny Powell and Riley.
Yeah. We get cupcakes. I get a pony ride. Huh. For free.
That is a lot of it. Oh, Michael, you're awful.
What?
Okay. On that note, we're done with you guys for today. We're done with your ass today.
Done with your ass? I'm done with Michael's ass right now. No, I'm kidding. I could never be. Okay, Michael, and I'm telling it now. If you call her at any point in time when she is on a stage for any reason, she will answer the phone.
Yes, I will.
Keep that in your head.
There is video out there of me actually answering the phone at the very beginning of the Geek Girl Convention panel.
Yeah.
Shalom.
Yeah. It's fantastic. So, just saying. Keep that in your head. But anyway, yeah, we're done with your ass.
Yeah,
we're
leaving Vegas on the Friday morning at the ass crack of dawn. That's not going to be fun.
You picked the time. I did not pick that time.
Travel agent picked the time.
I tried to get the evening. You're like, no, we can certainly leave on a plane that early. And I'm like, really? Really? Might as well stay up all night.
Okay.
Anyway.
The chicken is starting to come up through the floorboard.
I know. I'm really, really hungry.
And have that. And Lost Girl is on tonight. And The Good Wife is on tonight. And holy shitballs. Did you guys see American Horror Story? This past Wednesday? Do not forget that this coming Wednesday is their 90-minute season finale. You have to watch American Horror Story. That's it.
Are you done? I'm just going to cut you off.
Yes, go check out the IAWTV chat after this. And make sure that you go to the IAWTV web YouTube channel. And if you want to get there, you can get there as well as to the Mingo Media TV channel on the very side. Just go to our YouTube channel. And they are two of the featured channels on the right-hand side. Go and check out the mashup. check out the nominee announcement, and make sure that you watch those shows because they are deserving of a look.
Yeah.
Until Wednesday, guys. Without us, without you, without you, there would be no us.
Oh.
Thank you once again for watching.
Woo.
And we will talk to you on Wednesday.
The internet. It's not something that you just dump something on. It's not a big truck. It's a series of tubes. Tubes. I don't think anyone here has defined what net neutrality is. Tangled up tubes. I just the other day got internet was sent by my staff at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday. I got it's a series of tubes.